grabbed the pistol and I said, "Don't you ever threaten me, Sarge, with death. I know what death is. I was with you, remember? You say nobody cares? I was with you every step of the way."
What happened leading up to when you got your battlefield commission? Was it a specific mission you went on that actually was the reason why they were like, we're going to give that guy a battlefield commission?
Probably a combination of things. I had already done the ship bottom searches and damn near got eaten up by sharks and everything, but I was good at what I did. And battalion commander, well, I think a part of my record book had something to do with it too, but I got attached to the 3rd Recon Battalion. And one day, Sergeant Major called me, and then the Colonel called me in, and they took off my Staff Sergeant Chevins, and he put on lieutenant bars.
Just right there.
Right there.
Nobody told you ahead of time or nothing?
No, just took them off and put on lieutenant bars.
How surprised were you when that happened?
And the Sergeant Major saluted me, and the Colonel said some nice things. And I walked out, it was raining.
Of course, naturally.
And Sergeant Yerman, who's gone now, he's buried up in Arlington, he was there, and he shook my hand and saluted me. My first salute I got as an officer. Good man, tough man. He was wounded at Phu Loc along with me.
Sergeant Yerman?
Sergeant Yerman.
At Phu Loc is where he got injured?
Yeah, he's gone now. I went to his eulogy in Arlington National Cemetery. I went up there to do that for him.
You guys were very close, I
We were
imagine?
very close. He was my platoon sergeant.
That was your platoon sergeant?
Yeah.
Was he a staff sergeant at the time, or just
Sergeant E5.
Okay, E5.
Good man. He did so many things for me. I can't even remember all. We were together all that time. And even after the war, we still became very close. He married and divorced and had a place out in Arizona. He lived on a mountain. And I had have some folks find him for me. So I flew out there, and I took him to a hospital. I forget where it was, and spent time. I brought him back to that mountain he had on there in Arizona, and had a fireplace in there, and we sat there and we talked about the war. And one night, he was complaining. And I said, "Sarge, it's all right. I'm here with you now." He said, "Well, nobody cares about me. I don't matter anymore." And I said, "Well, you matter to me." And he said something else. And I said, "Knock it off, Sarge." Well, we could hear these wolves, a bunch of wolves out there around where he lives. And you could hear him howling. And I sat there with him by that potbelly stove. And he sat there or laid there in his bed. Then he kept saying something that the country don't give a damn about him anymore. And he said something to me. I said, "Sarge, I'm with you now. So I'll come out here, I'll come out here to live with you, or come out here to die with you." Because he'd picked up a pistol and said, "I'll just end it all. I'll just go ahead." And he picked up the pistol, and I saw the light from the potbelly stove, and I grabbed the pistol, and I said, "Don't you ever threaten me, Sarge, with death. I know what death is. I was with you, remember? You say nobody cares. I was with you every step of the way. And he started to cry, and I grabbed him, and you hear the fireplace crackling. 2 warriors on the top of the mountain trying to figure it all out.
He had some demons he was working with?
He went away. He found that mountain out there. Yeah, good man. Probably only friend I ever had.
And when, what year was that when he passed away?
I don't remember.
23? 2023? Just a couple years ago?
Yeah.
And you said he's buried in Arlington?
Yeah.
You were able to make it up there to his...
Yeah, I went to his funeral.
Okay.
And his first wife was there. She came.
That's good.
And interesting guy, smart, had a PhD.
No kidding. In what?
I don't know.
Well, PhD's a PhD, I guess. I'm not smart enough for a PhD.
He went to school and kept going to school, and smart guy. I loved him. And we fought together. When I got hit that last time, he come running over. He jumped on me, said, "Lieutenant, you've been shot." I said, "Hell, I know that. Get off me." He jumped on me.
Hell, I know that.
He jumped on me.
Jeez.
To tell me that I've been shot. Hell, I know there's blood all over the place. Get off of me.
Was he trying to, like, perform aid on you or anything, or just, like, letting you know you've been shot?
No, he just, I don't know what he's, everybody was shooting everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it was gunfire like in this room here. Everybody's shooting. And
that's how close quarters it was.
Yeah. We had close quarter combat. We had hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, we were trained for that. But at the end, you know, it all came together. And we lost some good men. But Sergeant Yerman and I survived it. I had a happy life. His was not good.
He had a rough time after getting back?
Yeah.
Did he have, like, really... I know a lot of guys got back from Vietnam, and you guys didn't get treated very well.
No, he had serious... You know, I got a call from the police department in Arizona, and they said that they had Sergeant Yerman out there, and he had done something. So this police said, "Well, you need to talk to him." So they put Sergeant Yerman on the phone. I said, "What's going on?" And I don't know, he had done something. So I told the police. I said, "Listen, let me handle it, because you got a situation now that you're not going to be able to handle the man that you have there. Yeah. I know him. I trained him, and you can't afford to lose the amount of men that you lose if you try to strong arm him." So I talked to Sergeant Yerman, and I talked him down. I said, "I'll tell you what now, I want you to stand down. I don't want you to hurt anybody, because I'll come out there now, and we'll figure it out."
You talked to him on the phone?
On the phone, yeah.
Okay.
And then I said, "Well, give the phone back to the police." And I was on the phone, talked to the police. I said, "Say, I got it now. He belongs to me, but I want you to leave him there, and he'll find his way back home. But don't attempt to arrest him, because you lose too many men. You can't contain him. He's got serious PTSD, and he will kill you all." And he's always, Sergeant Yerman always carried a pistol with him.
Yeah.
He had in a holster. You know, he never gave up the combat, and he would have killed too many policemen. So I just told him, let him go. You know, I got him, and I'll be responsible for him. And he walked away.
They listened to you?
He listened.
Okay.
Talked him down. And then the next call I got was from his ex-wife. She called me, and he was parked out in front of her house.
Oh no.
Damn.
You're like, man, why are you doing this to me right now?
Yeah. That's Sergeant Yerman.
Yeah.
So she called the police. So he was just parked on the street.
Yeah.
But she was afraid of him. And so she called the cops, and then I get involved with the policeman there. And I said, is he hurt anybody? He said, no, he just parked out there. But he wants to go in to see his daughter.
Do you think he'd been drinking at this point or anything?
I'm sure he had been or something like that.
That's tough. That's a tough situation.
Well, the daughter died eventually. Here we go again.
Did?
Yeah, his daughter died.
What? From what?
I don't really know. But
While he was still alive, though?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. He'd gone there to see her, and his wife didn't want him to see the daughter. So he's parked outside, and she called the cops, and then the cops called me. But eventually she passed away, and I saw his wife again when he passed away.
At the funeral?
Yeah.
When he passed away, yeah?
Yeah, she flew to Arlington. From
Arizona?
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about something more pleasant.
Yeah, I think that's good. So, let's see here. You got back from Vietnam. You recovered from injuries. How much longer were you in the Marine Corps for before you...
I retired in 78.
78, okay, so probably another 10 more years. And I know you did some like recruiting stuff when you got back, correct?
Well, that recruiting poster right there, that's Marine Corps recruiting poster.
Right. And that's you.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you start doing the recruiting stuff?
Well, the Secretary of the Navy was looking for more African Americans to the Vietnam War was not a popular war.
No.
And a lot of African Americans didn't join. And some did, of course. But the Secretary of the Navy called me and said he wanted me to start doing recruiting to bring more African Americans in. And so he arranged for the J. Walter Thompson recruiting company come to, what was that, Fort Meade, Maryland, Army base.
Okay, Fort Meade.
They took all these pictures, and they recruited a lot of African-American Marines and regular Marines. I had just got out of the hospital, and I was having trouble walking. And
just from the injuries you sustained from Vietnam?
And I didn't have an officer's uniform at first. Remember, I was an enlisted guy.
That's true, because you got back and you just got pinned on your work uniform, like your combat uniform, not your actual dress uniform. Did you have to go buy all that stuff brand new from Quantico?
I went to Quantico. My wife drove me there because I couldn't drive. And went down to get all that stuff there, and very expensive.
The Marine shop?
Yeah.
Down there in Quantico town, Q-Town?
So I got all that new stuff there, and they took me to a golf course, and they stood me up out there and had some Marines behind me. Beautiful picture. They took 600 pictures.
600? Jeez.
And they put 3 out, and they were very popular.
Yeah. Well, obviously, this was, an extremely popular recruiting picture. I've seen that everywhere.
Yeah.
Even today.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just goes to show you the longevity of that.
Yeah, I was proud. Matter of fact, that morning, I had my uniform, and my wife and I were in the living room, and she had helped me put this uniform on, and as she put my cover on, I looked in the mirror, and I was now an officer of Marines. And I had the medals on and all of that. And she walked me to the door and she kissed me. She said, "Good luck." And I got in my car and I drove over, and the band was there, and dozens of Marines was there, and a beautiful sight on the golf course. and the J. Walter Thompson Company from New York. They were there. They took the pictures, and we had a platoon there with me who had the rifles, and they threw the rifles up in there. And
Oh, like the drill
yeah,
guys?
they did all that. It was so much fun.